about your interception return. What did you think when you saw that on film?
I mean, it was. I should have scored. I think you guys were giving me a hard time for it, definitely. But I got the ball back to the offense and we scored the next play. So that's the biggest thing, really.
When you put both hands on the ball, you kind of tucked in like a fullback. Obviously, you were expecting contact, but it didn't happen right away. It took another half second or so.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you'll look on college football games and you'll see a guy running with the ball, and then the other team coming behind him and trying to punch it out. So I thought that's what the last guy was trying to do, and the biggest thing that I wanted to do was possess the ball, get the ball back to our offense. I was 10 to 12 yards away from a touchdown, but we scored the next play, so it ended up being all right.
Speaking of ball security, the coach was talking about how important it is all the coaches preach that, especially at the offense. But you guys have forced 7 turnovers in the past 3 games. What's been the difference there in recovering those fumbles which you're forcing, or getting the interceptions and holding on to them?
Yeah, I mean, for fumbles, definitely it just goes down to effort. I think the one that Casey recovered, coach showed us on film that Miami had 3 guys to our 1. They were way closer to the ball, but Casey just out efforted the 3 Miami players and jumped on the ball. That's really just playing hard, and then the interceptions. That just comes down to practicing during the week. If we don't make interceptions during the week during practice, we won't make them in the game. So Coach Chiswick is really hard on us during the week. If you get your hands on the ball, you got to catch it. And then guys just doing things and getting on the jugs machine after practice. I've seen the DBs and doing that all the time. So just coming down and focusing and making plays, and that's just how it happens.
Is it just been a progression since the beginning of the season? You guys are sounding clicking like it needs to at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we work on it a lot, creating turnovers. I think we do a drill every Tuesday during the week to really, try to force fumbles and create turnovers. So I think, those drills are paying off.
Those first 5 series defensively, I think the 5th one was your interception. Is that as well, especially the stretches you guys have played this year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think first half was really good. The one thing that we want to do is hold them to as few points as possible. And letting up 0 in the first half is really good. But the second half we let up 21, and that's unacceptable. I mean, regardless of how many touchdowns we're winning, we should always have that defensive fire and try to hold them to as few touchdowns as possible. And letting up 21 points 2 weeks straight in the second half is not acceptable for us.
Back to those 5 possessions, what it looked like was not just the fact you guys were getting off the field, but what you did to get off the field. Some dramatic type plays. Dez, I think, was all out with a pass breakup, the interception, the fumble, that kind of thing. Are you guys seeing yourselves making more and more big plays, not just making the play, but making big plays, dramatic plays that confuse the team even more?
Definitely. I think we had 2 or 3 3-and-outs, and that's something we really stress is our third down defense. And I think we did a better job of our third down defense in this game. I think we're 66-67%, which is well above what we expect to be. That's kind of been our issue the past couple of weeks, is we haven't been great on third down. But we really played pretty well on third down, and that's really going to help our defense.
Virginia Tech on Saturday, everyone knows what game it is for them. What are you guys expecting to see from their offense? So they've had Michael Brewer back for some time now, got a good win Thursday. What's it look like?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely a much better offense with Michael Brewer at quarterback. He's a 5th-year senior leader, and he controls that offense. They definitely have some talented guys in the skill positions, and solid offensive line up front. But it's just more about what we do as a defense and what we do as a team. We're not worried about Frank Beaver's last home game or any of that. We control our own destiny to win the Coastal and get to the AC championship. So that's really what we're worried about.
What type of atmosphere are you anticipating, though?
Yeah, I expect a loud one. I mean, it's a fun atmosphere. I love personally playing on road games and crowds like that. It's just fun. You and your team against 60, 70, 80,000 people. So everyone's cheering on you, screaming at you. They don't want you to win, but it's just a fun feeling. I mean, that's why you play college football. It's for atmospheres like that.
There'll probably be some outside fan bases, who'd like to see Coach Beamer get a win in his last home game there and get them bowl eligible. In that regard, regards, are you ready to play the villain role and spoil it?
Yeah, definitely, but, I mean, we have a lot at stake at ourselves, you know, we're trying to get the AC championship game, if we, you know, we win one more, we can clinch the coastal, so that's really what we're focused on, not so much about spoiling his last home game, but more so what we can do and what we can accomplish this year.